Live. All right. I think we are on. It says we are. Looks terrible on my end, but hey, maybe it looks good on your guys' side. I don't really know. And I don't really know. But hey, we haven't been live for a while, so we'll see what's going on. We're competing with the NFL right now, which is never an easy thing to do. So hey, we'll see what we get going on in here. Have not been live in forever, it feels like. So let me know what we got going on. Sydney, good to see you. Gary P, good to see you. The picture looks horrible on my side. Do I look like really dark to you guys, or does it look okay? It looks terrible, absolutely terrible on my side. And I don't have a mic, so I'm using the my mic I left at home. So I'm using the microphone on the thing. Kind of dark. Okay. Uh, I don't know if that helps. Maybe this helps. Maybe that helps a little bit. Maybe that helps a little bit. Anyways, oh well, we'll just kind of hang out anyways. It's not the best quality, slightly better. All right. Yeah, not the best quality in the world. It's just the webcam from the laptop and then the microphone built into the laptop. That's what I got. That's all I got. So, anyways, good to see you guys, Sydney. Good to see you, Gary P. What's going on? Ryan Sims, how are you? God, I always screw up that name. Give me a name for you. This guy right here. I guess you can't like. Here, we'll pin it. That one that's pinned. Give me a good nickname for you, because I cannot. Ruo. I hope I'm saying that right. Boy, I have no idea. But here I'm gonna pin this. No pressure. No pressure, anyone. But people do always ask, so I'm gonna go ahead and just pin that just because people ask. Just because people ask. So, anyways, good to see you guys. Good to see you. What's up? What's up, guys? I'm just out here trucking, man. Broncos do suck. Yeah, the Bronco game. I was listening to Brandon Perna. I don't know if you guys know him. That's good sports. That's good Broncos. I was listening to him do sort of a live play-by-play thing, and he's hilarious because it's like, yeah, Broncos still suck. It's just that's just what we are. That's just how it goes. So I was watching it or watching that, not watching the game, but watching his sort of reaction in real time. And yeah, the Broncos fucking suck. That's just how it is. Living the dream, Gary. Yeah, me too. Me too. Been playing any games? Drew, I have. I've been playing Cyberpunk since they put out that new update for it. So I've been playing that. But my problem is, Drew, is that I'm playing it on very hard. So I just die a lot and then I get frustrated. And I could totally drop the difficulty level, but I refuse to. So it's kind of a weird thing, Drew. I get pissed off and then I fucking quit playing it for a day or two, but I'm having fun with it. Wilburner, good to see you, man. Yeah, I haven't done a live for quite a while, it seems like. I'm trying to get everything back on track. The whole getting fired thing really kind of fucked me up for a while. So I'm trying to get everything back on track. We're doing, it looks like we're back on schedule for Monday, Wednesday, Friday uploads. I found that uploading on the weekend is horrible. It's a really bad day for me to do it on weekends. And then hopefully Sunday live streams. That's kind of where we're at. So, yeah, it's been a while, but hopefully we're getting on a normal schedule again. So we'll see how it goes. When you send a message, people will be able to see that you subscribe to this channel. I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like I am judged for it. You feel like you're being judged for being subscribed to This Guy Trucks? Well, I guess I get that. What's the word for it? I guess I'm kind of polarizing a little bit, and people do have opinions about me. But hey, there's no shame. Is there any shame, guys, in being subscribed to This Guy Trucks? I don't think there is. I don't think there is. It's Starfield is another game to try. Yeah, maybe so, Sydney. I am a fan of the Bethesda games, so Starfield definitely is on my list. But I haven't got around to it yet. Mr. Mo, his first live. Well, welcome, Mr. Mo. We don't really say anything on my live streams. We just fucking hang out and see what we get into. Lady Boomer in the house. Good to see you. Always good to see Lady Boomer. One of the OGs around here. Been around This Guy Trucks for fucking years now. And sometimes it doesn't like the points I make, but sometimes really likes them, but always respectful. So love me some Lady Boomer. Gary says we need more Jim C videos. Well, I'm not sure what to do with that. I'm not sure if you guys are following along, but I'm really, really focused on trying to grow the channel. And the Super Trucking series, just the views are bad. They're really bad. So if I want to grow the channel, I need to put out videos that people like watching. On that note, doing some cool things for you guys in tomorrow's video. Let me know what you think of this. I'm doing it anyways, even if you say you hate it. Tomorrow's video, I'm going to tell a story that I told on my old channel, but I also got a bunch of B-roll stuff. That's something I don't normally do. So I've got like shots of me rolling down the road, shots of me walking around in a truck stop, different various shots throughout my day that have nothing to do with the story I'll be telling you, but kind of break up the monotony, I guess, of looking at this fucking mug for 20 minutes. So I'm going to try it. It's experimental. We'll try it tomorrow, see what you guys think. But I got a ton of B-roll stuff that has nothing to do with the story I'll be talking about, but kind of shows my day still, but I'm not really, talking about it. So that's kind of a thing we're trying to do. I'm trying to get better, guys. That's a whole thing. Let me catch up on some comments here. Actually, I'll get back to the comments. When I got fired from that job, everybody told me walk away from YouTube, right? They said, don't do YouTube anymore. You need to focus on your job. And I thought about that for a while. As you guys know, I didn't really do any videos. Thus Guy Trucks. Oh, that's the wrong one, Sergio. Don't send money there. Don't send money there. But people kept telling me focus on trucking and don't worry about YouTube. But I thought a lot about that, and I'm going to go the other way with that. I'm still going to focus on trucking, obviously. I got a job to do, but I want to put out better videos, and I want to grow a channel and keep doing this, because in the end, trucking's a good job, right? But you can only go so far with trucking. But if you get a good YouTube channel, now that's way more valuable than trucking. That's just my whole thought process right now. I've really been kind of focused in, on trying to make better videos for you guys. So let me scroll back up here. And the point is, the Super Trucking videos don't perform well. I like them. I think they're funny as hell, but they just don't perform well. We may get back to it in the future. Hey, how can I get a hold of you, bro? I have some questions about trucking. You're one of the best. I don't know. I don't really have any kind of social media, if I'm being honest with you. I have a Snapchat, and I do get a lot of questions on there. And I got to be honest, I normally check my Snapchat like when I'm waking up in the morning, sort of a thing to help me wake up. And I'll have messages from people, and I'll kind of look at them, and I don't always respond. So it's not because I'm a dick. It's just kind of like I don't know. I don't fucking know why I even tell people what my Snapchat is, because I don't really respond to it. But other than that, Sergio, I don't really have a lot of I don't have any other social media. This is the only place really to communicate. But yeah, I mean, if you've got questions, you're welcome to throw it in the comments of a video. I may respond. I may feel like being a jackass at the time and give you like a fucking sarcastic answer. But there's always the chance that somebody more helpful than me comes along also, and they respond to questions. So comments are a good place, I guess. That's probably not a good answer. But what happened to your international back when you were owner-operator? Mendoza, that damn thing kept breaking down, man. I sold it. Derek, what's going on? How you doing? Timothy, Blindsight agrees with Gary. Oh, that was the Jim C stuff. Jamie, all is well. No shame in the game, Josh. There you go. Brian says, Josh, I love your channel. Thanks for not deleting. No shame here. Exactly. No shame. There's no shame with for hanging out with This Guy Trucks. I'm not a bad guy. I have my opinions, right? And for a while, some of you know this. For a while, I like shied away from those opinions because like a lot of people were like pissed off at little old this guy Trucks over here because of like the crazy opinions that I have on things. My opinions are harmless, but people would get like really pissed off at little old me. And then I realized, well, that's why people watch, or part of why you watch, I would think. Part of why you watch is because you're like want to hear me like kind of go off the rails sometimes and say what I think. So hey, no shame in your guys' game, no shame in mine either. We're just gonna do what we do. We're just gonna do what we do around here. If you like Bethesda games, you'll like Starfield. It's pretty much Skyrim. Yeah, Sydney, it's maybe on the list. I want to finally get through Cyberpunk. I've never beat it. And after that, I don't really know. My focus with a lot of things is shifting, I think. So I don't know how much gaming I'll do, but I hear you. I hear you. I can think of worse things to be judged for. Exactly. B-roll would be nice. Thank you, Sydney. I'm going to try it. We'll try it tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Mendoza says, I had a super trucker say I was pulling into the fuel island too quickly. I called him a Karen and he flipped me off. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I get looks and stares and, scowls because I think people probably think I'm going through the truck stop too fast also. Like, I don't feel like I'm going that fast, but I can't be the guy that's crawling along at half a mile per hour through the truck stop. Like, get the fuck out of the way. I got shit to do, So just curious, have you ever done local LTL? Not LTL, no, but local. I've done local, yeah. But I live near Denver, and it's getting to that time of year where doing fucking local work around Denver just sucks. It's always cold. It's like miserable, and I hate it. That's a huge reason I'm not a local driver, because this time of year that's coming up happens every year, and I don't want to do it. You're going to have to deal with cold and snow, but at least if you're over the road, maybe not all the time, Gary says, always good to change it up. Yeah, we'll try it tomorrow. I got quite a bit of B-roll stuff. The part I'm worried about, why is Shorts in here yelling at people that are calling them dummies? Shorts, I don't live or die by a football team. I don't know what to tell you, man. If they lose, they lose. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But the concern I have with the B-roll stuff is that it doesn't match with the story that's going on. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get misunderstood as part of the story, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I'm not really sure. B-roll of Josh cursing at four-wheelers. No, I don't really do that. I don't really do the road rage thing. I just kind of fuck it, whatever, who cares. Now, when it comes to other truckers, yeah, I'll go off on them. So I think that younger and even veteran truckers could pull a bit of knowledge from your channel. You are doing great at reinventing yourself. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying, man. But I have to kind of remember to do my own thing at the same time, right? I have went back and forth with this for quite a while, and what I realize is I can't make everyone happy, and it's not up to me to make everybody feel good when they come watch my video. You either like it or you don't, right? And what's cool about the viewers that stick around for a while, I'll put out videos that maybe, you didn't care for that one, right? And a lot of you guys that have been around for a while, you'll just wait for the next one. You'll wait for the next, and then you'll like that one. You don't like all of them, that's cool. It's not a big deal. But kind of what I'm doing now, Donald, and I guess everyone that's here hanging out, is I'm kind of sort of realizing I've been a trucker for 10 years. So anybody that says like I'm a rookie and I don't know what I'm talking about, I've been around. I've done a lot of things. So now it's just act like I fucking belong there. If I want to give advice on trucking, I'm in a position to do that. I've done this for a long time. If I want to make fun of the old super truckers, I am one. I'm allowed to do that, right? So maybe reinventing myself a little bit, Donald, but maybe a little bit of just realizing it's my own damn channel. I can make whatever content I want, So thank you, Bag of Donuts, appreciate that one. Grab them fucking gears. It's automatic, Tyler. I just put it in drive. It grabs them for me. You said that you didn't like making videos at that time. That may be true. I'm not sure what we were talking about. But maybe I do have times where I go back and forth. A thing where I think I fuck up is when I do get frustrated with YouTube, I go make a video about it. I'm like, fuck this. I'm fucking done with YouTube. Maybe I shouldn't do that, right? Maybe when I get frustrated with YouTube, I just take a break and nobody knows and I just kind of do my own thing, right? But where I fuck up is like I get frustrated with things and then I make a video and I tell you guys, hey, here's what I'm dealing with, guys. No one cares. No one gives a fuck. You know. What's up, man? Love the videos and content. Brandon the plumber, good to see you. John, thank you. Appreciate that, man. Toby hates live streams. All it is the host reading off the name of the people that come in and reading the comments, Toby, and reading the comments. So I'm sorry you hate being here. I don't get it, Toby. Why are you here, Toby? What are you doing? What's my current route? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I am not a local driver, if that's what you're asking. How is the American economy, this guy trucks, when you were owner-operator? Well, Wilburner's still in here, but I still believe that the freight market's probably trash. Wilburner, are you still an owner-operator? I haven't been keeping up with anybody really lately. But, I mean, the freight rates are still probably fucking garbage. I don't imagine they've gotten much better. So as far as all that goes, it's just bad. Fuel's high. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. So Jason Williams, what's going on? All is well, man. I hope all is well with you too. Do you have the cape to go with the hat? I do not, but I should. Maybe I should get one, huh? The hat is obviously kind of a joke. Like when I was doing the concert tour, there was these two ladies on the concert tour also, right? And for some reason, we were over on the West Coast, and for some reason, they were calling my boss, the lead driver, because I stopped to see someone. And I stopped for 2 days because I had the time to do it. And these two ladies were calling the lead driver saying, Josh isn't doing anything. He's not working. And the lead driver's like, I know, he already told me what he's doing. But they kept calling him for these 2 days over and over that I was stopped, right? And then they were coming down like across Washington and down across Oregon. And I went straight down south to... what the fuck is it? Like Northern California, where you cut across and hit like Susanville and all that shit into Reno, and then you head off across I-80. I started 2 days after those ladies that kept calling the boss and telling him I wasn't doing shit, and we were headed to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I beat them there by an hour. Even I started 2 days later and beat them there by an hour. And I stopped along the way to buy this hat. And when those two old ladies rolled up in that truck stop, I stood out in the parking lot with my Superman hat on, my hands on my hips, just staring at them because I knew they were calling the boss the whole time. And that's why I have the Superman hat, the super trucking hat. Because don't fuck with me. I know what I'm doing. What city are you in, and where are you going? That is the $1 million question, isn't it? So rates are still very low, but showing improvement. There we go, Wilburner. Little bit of relief, huh? Jeez, I mean, I'm glad they're showing improvement, but goddamn, was a bloodbath out there. People can get on you about job hopping, but dang. Where they miss the boat is a wide range of experience you have, in my opinion. Yeah, the only reason, maybe I'll drop this video next week about sort of a thing I had go on with the dispatcher at this company. The only reason I haven't quit this company now is because I need to show some stability on my application. But when I do put out that video, there's going to be so many people in the comments saying, fuck that, you should have quit. But I'm trying to keep it together. We're about 3 months into it now, almost 3 months that I've been here. I just got to keep pushing through it. Like, Oh, I get so damn frustrated with these fucking shitty dispatchers, though. But yes, Donald, that's true. I mean, I have done a lot of different things, um, a lot of different companies, seen all of the country. Definitely don't get bored with that. And yeah, a lot of different freight. You're right, Donald. I've done a lot of things. Broncos lost. Did they lose? Let me go look. Fucking Broncos, man. They're idiots, aren't they? How the fuck do you lose to the fucking Jets? 30 by 10 points. How the fuck? I mean, they're just so bad. They're just so fucking bad. But I mean, they lost 70-20 to the Dolphins. I mean, come on. I kind of gave up on all of it. If I'm being honest, it's like, what's the point? Um, Broncos have such a good tradition of just being a winning team, but god damn, have they sucked for a long time now. Only 14 likes. Come on, what are we doing? I'm seeing 19 on my side, but maybe they went up since then. But hey, likes do help. Likes do help. When you guys are watching the videos, throw a like on that bitch for me. Absolutely. Throw a comment in there. Sometimes I don't respond because I don't pick up on sarcasm very well. So sometimes you guys will be joking with me in the comments, and I'll be like, this motherfucker right here, is it serious how they're talking to me? But I do like that some of you understand that. A lot of you've got to know me over like all these years we've been doing videos. So when like I read a comment and I'm like, what the fuck, and I'm all pissed off, then you guys will respond like with something funny. And thank you guys for taking the time to realize this. I don't pick up on shit like that sometimes. So I'm so boring with gaming. All I ever play is Call of Duty and rarely Final Fantasy 7. Hey, Final Fantasy 7 is one of the all-time greats. So I agree with that. I suck at shooters, though. I'm bad at them. Name your 4 favorite truck brands in order. I don't really know, man. A truck's a truck to me. If I was going to get back into owning a truck, this might sound silly to some of you, maybe not, but the truck that I really want now, if I was to buy a truck again, if I had the money to do it, is International Lone Star. The Lone Star is just such a cool looking truck to me right now. So that's what I would get if I had the money to do it. Let's see. This is the first live stream in so long. Yeah, Brian, I've had a lot going on. I've had a lot going on, man. So, yeah, you're right. It's been a while. It has been a while. I'm trying. I think I got everything lined back up, Brian. We should be on a Monday, Wednesday. I mentioned this earlier, but maybe you weren't here. A Monday, Wednesday, Friday upload schedule. Uploading on weekends is fucking horrible. The videos just flop if I put them out on weekends. And then hopefully we can do regular Sunday live streams like we used to do. So that's where I'm at. I'm hoping to be able to do them every weekend. We'll see. I've been paying attention to the Canadian economy. It's trash. The euro is worse. Josh, have you heard about the Canadian healthcare system? I maybe heard a little bit of something about that, but if you asked me to go into details, I wouldn't know. I read a headline. Let's say I read a headline, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to stay stable at my company mentally. Yeah, Blindside. I might do this video on this interaction I had with a dispatcher here next week. And I'm not going to lie, I did apply to a couple jobs, and then I took a day or two to think about it and went, okay, I need to chill out. For my sake, I need to chill out. I can't keep explaining to companies why I work somewhere for like 3 months and then I quit, right? So it's okay, fuck, I'll just chill. And that's what I'm doing. Any other time, I probably would have quit already because it was fucking bullshit. It was bullshit. The Titans suck this year. I don't know anything about the Titans. Haven't heard anything about them. But yeah, I don't know. How long is long enough to stay with a company? That's an interesting question, Heston. See, because companies vary by how many. Some companies don't give a fuck how long you've worked anywhere, right? But other companies will be like, you can't have had more than 3 jobs in the last 3 years or 5 jobs in the last 3 years, or something like that. So the company you're going to is the one, or the one you want to go to is the one that's making that decision. It's hard to say, man. And I don't even understand why that's a fucking rule. I think that I could rant on that, Heston. These trucking companies working together to try to hold drivers in one spot. It's kind of like collusion a little bit. Like collusion seems like a strong word, but they're working together to prevent drivers from quitting jobs, because if this company's hiring but they don't want you to quit working for that company too soon, because then it establishes that you're a job hopper, and it alleviates the companies of any responsibility whatsoever. What if your company's shit? What if you guys are assholes? And then you can't figure out, well, we can't keep a driver for more than 3 months because there's nothing wrong with us. We're a very great company. We're family oriented, and we know you by your name, not your truck number. Why do drivers keep fucking quitting? And then they're able to pass the blame on to us instead of acknowledging maybe they just suck. Maybe they just fucking suck. But instead, blame the driver that quits because you fucking suck. The fact that all these companies work together to say, oh, you can't have more jobs than this many jobs, or we just can't hire you because it establishes that you're a job hopper. Maybe be better. Maybe as a company, be better. Nah, that's not an option, driver. Shut the fuck up, So, you are happier than you were with the last job you got fired from. That's true, Brian. I gotta be honest, looking back on doing the touring, I was not having fun. It was just so fucking demanding. Like, you're on everyone else's schedule at all times. It's almost always night driving, and it's like, load up, get the fuck out of town, go. And then you need to get there, and like, obviously with trucking you need to get there, but the schedule was so demanding, and you're working with other people. Why even be a trucker if you're going to work with other people, right? It was fucking shitty, man. I was on a crew of like 12 people that, like, it seemed like nobody could mind their fucking business. And some of those guys watch this channel, and if any of you are here on the live stream, these were good guys, don't get me wrong, but like, the example I was talking about, the ladies earlier that kept calling my lead driver and saying he ain't even moving his truck yet and all this shit. Like, mind your fucking business. And nobody ever would mind their damn business. And you even when you get in your truck and close your curtains, you felt like you were being judged, and like, people would knock on your door, hey bro, you want to go get a drink? Which I like grabbing a drink, that's fun. But it's like, sometimes I just wanted to go to bed, or like, you wake up and like, you've got like 10 fucking text messages like, where are you, bro? We're trying to hang out. And it's like, fuck. Why get into trucking if you're going to work with other people? That doesn't sound reasonable to me. Part of the appeal of this job is not working with other people, right? So yes, Brian, I realize I didn't enjoy that touring shit at all. And sometimes, like, maybe it was kind of a good thing I got fired, because I was really going to probably stick with that for a while too. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it near as much as I thought I would. Go truck yourself. What's going on? It's like being a Chicago Bears fan. Yeah, except that's the one game my Broncos can win, is against the Bears. So Bears fans maybe got it a little worse than us. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Timothy, good to see you. You ever get your home time they screwed you on? No. And there's a follow-up video. Motherfuckers. Heston's been following me for 4 years. That sounds about right. Yeah, 4 years. That sounds reasonable. We know you're a sensitive millennial. That may be it, Will Burner. That may be it. I am a moody son of a bitch, ain't I? Like, I really am. Like, I'll be fucking just chilling, and then I'll be like, fuck this, and be mad about something. And I don't know, man. But at the same time, somebody left a comment. They were like, dude, this video is cracking me up, but you need to calm down. And I'm like, well, which one is it? You want to laugh? Like, why are you telling me to calm down if you were laughing at the video? Like, don't you want me to get a little bit worked up? I'm not really sure. Sometimes I don't feel like I have the answers, I'm not really sure. Let's see. What happened to those Western Stars are about my dream truck? Well, Kelly, good to see you, by the way. Seems like it's been forever since I've talked to you, too. I think the Lone Stars look way cooler. What do you guys think? Lone Star or Western Star? What do you guys think? I like the Lone Star better. We're all trying to stay stable. Yep. Favorite retro games from NES? I don't know, Don. I don't really care much for the retro games. I'm not that kind of gamer nerd. I like the new shit. I like the new shit. New gaming technology is just so much better. I like the new shit. We Canadians pay for it in taxes. Josh, the Canadian government wants to put in a grocery store tax. Do you guys not pay taxes on groceries? I'm not really educated on all these things. I mean, I know sometimes I go off on politics, and I know that I probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm aware of that. But like, are you saying that you already don't pay taxes at the grocery store? I don't know, man. I have no idea. Kelly's 40. Josh, I and a friend decided to move to Germany next May. Okay. I wish I could leave the country just to try it. Yeah, Brian, I think I answered that. I think I answered that when I went off on my tangent there. Let me get a drink. I just took that hit off the vape wrong. Just took that hit off the vape wrong. Let me get a drink here. Most industries want people to stay for a while. I think a year is a good minimum. I think so too. I'll try to get a fucking year. I don't know, man. I don't know. Spencer says YouTube conspiracy time. Somehow I was unsubscribed and had to resubscribe and wait 5 minutes to post this. I hear that a lot, Spencer. I don't know, man. A lot of people say that. I've never been unsubscribed from another channel before. Maybe you got drunk, Spencer, and like you were drunk and you were watching one of my videos and I said something that pissed you off. I think that's probably what happens when people tell me they got unsubscribed from me. They were drinking and they decided to watch one of my videos where I went off on a fucking tangent and they didn't agree with it and they unsubscribed. I get so many drunk comments on my channel. It's fucking unbelievable. Who was that guy? Some of you guys joined in with me. Somebody was asking like for tips on chaining up, but they asked me on one of the super trucking videos, which are all bullshit. We don't say anything that makes any fucking sense in those. And so because they asked on that video, I gave a bullshit answer. I was like, fuck chains, send it or whatever, you know. And then other people started joining in. I don't know if Sydney's still here, but Sydney joined in on the jokes with me. And then somebody got really pissed off. They're like, Josh, I used to be a fan of yours, but I'm unsubscribing because you're giving this man dangerous advice. And I was like, I mean, I'm bullshitting him. Of course I am. But the guy obviously didn't come to my channel and act like I was the end all be all of trucking, right? And then I said, you don't need fucking chains. And then the next thing you know, the guy drives off a fucking mountain. That never happened. Part of it happened. The part where I said he didn't need chains, that definitely happened. But the guy understood the sarcasm because of the video he was asking on. But one dude got severely pissed and he's like, I'm unsubscribing. You're giving unsafe information to people. So Spencer, what happened is you probably got drunk and one of my videos made you mad and you unsubscribed. And then when you sobered up, you didn't remember doing it. That's the only theory I can come up with. That's all I can come up with. Eric, what's going on? Brian says, say hi to my wife, Holly. Hello, Brian's wife, Holly. I felt like I was going to say that wrong. Hello, Holly. I hope I did that right. I'm not good at the shout out things, so hopefully we did okay. Josh, you are looking for that happy medium in trucking. What I'm looking for, Derek, is to own my own truck again, because I think that was the only time that I was truly fucking happy in trucking. When I owned my truck and I worked for the company where I was pulling loads off the load board and could pick where I was going. And then if I got somewhere that I was like, oh, I got some money to spend and I don't feel like leaving for a few days, nobody said a fucking word to me. A few days later, I'd get back in my truck, I'd book another load and I'd go back to work and I could just go wherever I wanted. The YouTube channel, the old YouTube channel was doing good at the time. It was great. It was fucking heaven. If I could get back to that point where I own a truck, the YouTube's doing all right, and I can pick my own loads, I'm a happy guy. The only reason I left that job is because I sold the truck. I would have never, ever left that fucking job. I did whatever the fuck I wanted, and I loved it. I loved it. I had so much fun. Norse, I'll just call you Norse, says, hello, mother super trucker. Good to see you. And you guys all joining in with me in the comments on the mother trucker jokes, too. That's fun. That's fun too. Caveman Truckin says sometimes a year is way too long if you're putting up with BS and making money. Yeah, trucking jobs are everywhere. I do need to hang with this one for a little while. If I can get 6 months out of this, I think I'm doing pretty good, which is about three more, 3.5 more. Then maybe I consider other things, but we'll look at it. We'll see how it goes. Let's see, where were we? Is there another part of the industry you'd like to try? I would like to do tanker over the road, like food grade. I've applied for so many. Well, there's only so many of those food grade tanker jobs over the road. If you guys know of any companies, let me know. But I've applied to them and they never call me. What's that, Indian River, or I think it's Indian River that does like the food grade tankers. I've applied there quite a few times and they've never ever called. I know that Prime does it, but Prime hates me. Like Prime, I think as a company literally hates me. I've made way too many Prime jokes on this channel. So Prime's never going to hire me. I don't think they dig my sense of humor. So we've got the Western Star from Sydney, the Peter Star. I'm not sure about that, Nathan. Lone Star. Western Stars aren't as cool as they used to be. That's true, Lady Boomer. That's true. So it looks like from so far, the Lone Star is winning by 2 votes. I think the Lone Star is a cool looking truck, man. I mean, the back of it just looks like a Pro Star, right? But the whole front end, everything, the hood and the stacks and everything, the Lone Star is a cool looking truck. And I mean, you can get them with the Cummins. I don't know if you can get them with the Cummins, but I don't even know if there's another option. It's not like they're doing Max Force still, are they? They're not doing that Max Force shit still, are they? I would hope not. But you get it with the Cummins, and Cummins is pretty reliable, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I dig the Lone Star. If I was in the position to buy a truck today, that's what I would get. Just because they look cool. That's the reason. I'm always drinking. There you go, Spencer. That's what happened. We have a GST in Alberta. We pay taxes on taxable goods. Yeah, I'm sorry, Derek. I don't know much about that. I don't mean to come off like a dick, but I don't know dick about Canada, and taxes suck. I mean, that's really all the input I got on that, man. I wish I had more for you, but I just really fucking don't. I'll get in like a politics mood, and those will spill over in my videos. A lot of people got really mad at the immigrants are taking our job video. I thought it was fun. I was enjoying myself, and sometimes that's all that matters. But I get in like politics moods. And when I'm in it, I'm in it. But when I'm not, it's like completely out of my brain. I just have nothing useful to say. So drop my vape. No change, send it. Exactly, Sydney. Yeah, you remember that guy? He got all pissed. He's like, I'm unsubscribing. Fuck this guy. Completely besides the point of the conversation. But I wanted to tell you guys, I just bought my first fucking house at 40. Well, there you go, Telly. It's rough out there, man. Like, it's rough. You just bought your first house at 40. That's probably not a bad idea, Telly. I bought my first house when I was 21. That was a fucking nightmare. I was 21. I just turned 21. I lived in the house for about 3 years. I vaguely remember those 3 years. All I know is that in the end, I had an absolutely destroyed house that was what do they call it? Not repossessed. That's foreclosed on. So Telly, buying your first house at 40 is probably a way better idea than buying your first house at 21. Because, bro, talk about fucking up your life early. That's what I did. I mean, we trashed that fucking house. And then I just walked away. One day I was like, yeah, that's enough of that. I don't want to live here anymore. And then 3 years later, they came looking for me. They wanted their money for that house. So, hey, buying it at 40 is not the worst thing that's ever happened, Telly. I'll tell you what. You're in New Orleans. Do you live there, Spencer? Or you don't have to answer that. Are you just there right now, or is that where you're from? That would be some shit. Wow, but did he die? Yeah. No, he didn't die, Neo. Good to see you, Neo, I think. It's always hit or miss with you, Neo. Is it good to see you this time? I'm not really sure. Hopefully, it's good to see you. Hopefully. What do we got going on with Hermes? I'm wholeheartedly planning to quit next summer. I like my job, but they don't offer vacation until after the first year, and even then, only 1 week. If they offer 2 weeks, I'd stay. I have never ever had a vacation in trucking that I didn't fund myself. Like as far as a paid vacation, never. I mean, I've never worked anywhere long enough to get one. Never. So I never really think about that. I originally came to this job saying I need to get a year. My goal is to get at least 6 months, and then we'll kind of reevaluate and see where we're at. My focus, I hope you guys join me on this journey. My focus really is going to be more about building the channel and getting out good videos, hopefully better videos for you guys, topics that you're interested in, kind of trying to mix it up a lot lately. I'm not so much doing vlogs about what's going on in my trucking career, but more like industry-wide type of things, kind of things to bring in people and try to grow the channel. So I'm not so much focused on like what my next job is or what I plan to do with trucking, as much as I want to like shift that focus and do better for the channel for now. Because I've done it before. You guys, most of you know that. We went to 80,000 subscribers on the last one. And if you can do well with YouTube, then you can make a lot different decisions with trucking, if that makes sense. And I don't know if that sounds like an asshole thing for me to say, like I'm being a dickhead by saying it, but trucking matters. YouTube matters more. I want to put out good content that people want to watch. And that's kind of been the focus lately. And I've dropped the ball a few times. Turns out you guys don't like conspiracy theories about Elon Musk and Tesla trucks. That video flopped like a motherfucker. Turns out that was not a popular topic at all. But I'm going to do that. We're going to have videos that aren't going to do as well. But I'm paying attention to that. Like I'm watching the analytics for every video and seeing what you guys like, what you guys watch, but also seeing what brings in new people. So I don't know if any of that tangent makes sense, but that's kind of where I'm at in life right now. We just lie about job hopping. We can't really, Spencer, because they do the employment verifications, unless you can get a company to like lie for you. Like maybe I get with BOC. Maybe I'll text BOC and say, hey, can you say that I drove for BOC Enterprises for the last 7 years? And maybe he goes, fuck yeah. And then it's all good. I don't know. I'm not sure how that whole process works. Does he have to provide documentation? Or maybe I get with James Best and James Best says, hell yeah, he's worked here for 10 fucking years. Best driver I ever had. Sad to see him go. I'm not sure how all that works with the employment verification. And I wouldn't ask like my friends to put their neck on the line, of course, but maybe we can lie. Maybe we can, maybe we can lie. I'm not really sure. Get a pre-emission truck and go to town. Probably not for me. I like modern shit. I'm a huge fan of new shit. So that's probably not the way I would go, but a lot of people like to go that way. Channel 19, good to see you. You're tired of the oil field. The oil field's weird, man. It's a weird place. I didn't like it much, but I hear you. Are you still thinking about Sprinter van? Nah, Brian. It's just the market is just fucking shit for trucking. So the market for Sprinter van is like almost non-existent. It's just brutal, just absolutely brutal. Rename your channel to Happiness by the Inch. Norse, Norse rather. I hope you're borrowing that from my old channel because I totally used that joke like 3 years ago. But I hear you. But hey, Happiness by the Mile is old news, man. It's what's her name? Roadrunner Nia now. She's the new queen around here, I think. I think she's it, right? Do you guys disagree? I think that's the one. I think she's running shit now. Cummins is good if you delete emissions, Brian. I am happy, Brian. I'm having a good time, man. Just the kind of the stuff I was going off on a tangent about a few minutes ago. I have really picked out what matters in life, and that's going to be the things I focus on. So I am happy. I'm having a good time. And you guys hanging out with me kind of reinforces that. Like it's not easy. I'm showing 63 people here. It's not easy to get 60 people to sit here and listen to you, like, just talk, like, respond to their questions in a truck, especially if you ain't got tits, right? And 63 people decided they're going to take time out of their Sunday to hang out with me, and like, it's football Sunday and like all these things going on. You could be barbecuing and you're fucking hanging out with me. That's cool, man. Like, a lot of people, I don't think, realize how hard that is to get people to watch. Like, getting 1,000 views on a video, that's hard to do. And so, like, sort of watching the growth of the channel has gotten me really, really excited lately. So I am very happy, Brian. I'm not so much worried about what's going wrong in trucking, but how can I channel that and make a good video? So I'm going to try to stop talking about that, but that's really where my focus is lately. So international only has Cummins. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think, Jackknife, you probably know more than me with mechanical shit. I'm not very mechanically inclined, but I heard the Max Force thing was like a flop, just a horrible, horrible thing. And the Cummins, not all bad, right? So I didn't realize that international only had Cummins. I had no idea. That's cool. If you're going to delete an emission system, might as well just go pre-emission. Yeah, and I don't know what's going on with all that. I had heard that certain states were going to like start like smog testing trucks and shit like that. I'm not an expert on these things, but if you're going to own a truck, you probably want to do it the right way at this point if they're going to start checking. As a matter of fact, I got the international that I had was deleted. The problem is I didn't fucking know that. That's where the real problem was. I didn't know. The dealership that sold it to me didn't bother to mention it. So I take the truck to the shop with a bunch of fucking problems, and they decide to update the software. Hey, we're going to update the software and kind of see where we're at. They update the software. That's where the problem started. And I was at a legit shop, so I asked them, because then we found out, oh, fuck, it's deleted. I said, can you put the software back how it was? And they said, we can't. We're a legit shop. We cannot put it back. So we actually fixed the system. We put in a new DPF filter. We did all the shit. And it cost me a lot of fucking money. I think we were 13 grand into that project by the time it was done. Had the dealership just told me, hey, this truck's deleted, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I could have went to that shop and told them it's deleted. They still, at the time, they still would have worked on it, but they wouldn't have touched anything having to do with that. But since they didn't realize it was deleted, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. They did the software update, and then all hell broke loose. It was a fucking nightmare. So, just trying to share news, absolutely. The International XH520 is pretty badass. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not really sure. I wish I knew, but I don't know. Do Schneider Food... Oh, that's right. That's a really good point. I forgot that Schneider does tanker. I should have known that, because there's that British guy on here that does that. I've talked to him a few times. Who's that British... That bloke on here that does tanker for Schneider? I've talked to him a few times, actually. And I can't believe I never even thought of that. That's a good point. It's good. Oh, we're on good terms today, Neo. That's awesome. Prices are ridiculous, and yeah, prices on houses are ridiculous. What gaming setup do you have? It's not too impressive, Uncle Hoax. I got my TV here and my PS5. That's it. That's the gaming setup. I do have this laptop that's a gaming laptop, but it's got to be getting close to a couple years old now. You know how that goes. So my PS5, that's what we roll with. Doesn't Schneider do food grade? That's such a good point. I forgot about that. Blindsight likes the T660. I thought the Tesla truck video was great. Well, thank you, Spencer. As far as views, it did bad. And maybe I titled it wrong. That could have been it. Or maybe I could have gotten a picture of the Tesla truck that I saw. The guy told me I could have. Maybe the thumbnail was bad. I don't know, Spencer. It didn't do well. What is health insurance like in the United States? A fucking nightmare, Derek. Health insurance is a fucking nightmare. As a matter of fact, mine's going to start up here next month at this company, and I think just for the health insurance for my family is going to be about 200 a week. It's not good. You could do better, but it's not good. So we're talking, yeah, about 200 a week. I'm not looking forward to that. Are we getting a new company review series? No, I don't really. I used to do the like mentioning company. Oh wait, I get what you're asking me. Sorry, now I understand. Yes, at some point I want to do Super Ego. I want to review Super Ego, but I haven't got around to it yet. Yes, that is coming. The problem is I have backlogged my brain with so many fucking video ideas now, and I'm trying to find the balance. We need like the stories. You guys like the story videos, right? And the rants. You guys like the rants. But then I have been a trucker for 10 years, so it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to, give my opinion on trucking companies, like Super Ego, like I did with Western Express and things like that. So yes, Super Ego is the next one I want to do, but I don't know when I'm going to do it. Drug clearing house. You might have a point there, Blindsight. That might be you might have a point. Actually, I think you do have a point. Yeah, I guess you probably can't get away with lying now. I guess you just got to do it, huh? You just got to tell the truth. Hey, mother trucker. I guess we're mother truckers around here now. I'm not really sure. Don't worry about the tits. You'll have them soon enough. Cool. Yeah, I'm working on it. Are we still doing all comments here? Yeah, all messages. I am getting chubby, Telly. I'm getting a little chubbier. You can update the interior, get a digital dash from Kenworth, gauges from International. Huh, interesting. What's up, Pac-Man? Schneider does food grade. Yeah, man. I can't believe I forgot that. They do food grade. I have never done a tanker over the road. Never. But I want to. Maybe that'll be my next move. Because I do have the tanker endorsement. What I don't have is hazmat. And I don't have doubles either. I just have tanker. That's all I got. That's the only one I got. Because tanker's super easy. Tanker's super fucking easy. Like, the tanker test. Did you guys know that liquid in motion stays in motion? That's the whole fucking test. Slow down early, take your turn slow. As a matter of fact, I got hired. The reason I have tanker is because I got hired for a job hauling water in the oil field. And they called me and asked me if I had the tanker endorsement. And I said, yes. And then they said, can you come down this afternoon for an interview? And I said, yes. And I didn't have the tanker endorsement. So that morning, I went to the driver's license office and got the tanker endorsement, and then went down and did my interview. So I didn't even mean to tell them yes. It's not like I was like trying to lie to them, but I wanted the job, and I was like, oh, I'm sure they'll give me time to get tanker. We'll worry about this later. And then I just was like, yes. And then I had to go get it. So that's the only reason I have it. Nomadic Brit, that's him. Yeah, Lady Boomer, that's right. Yeah. Nomadic Brit. And he seems to have made a pretty decent living doing food grade tanker over at Schneider on a lease, I believe. I believe he was doing a lease. I don't know for sure, but I think that's what was going on. Kid Trucker Clay, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Yeah, healthcare sucks here. It's a nightmare. Marrakech Trucking. Boy, I am bad with these names. I'm sorry. Had my authority for 3 years and quitting also. Been watching you since your other channel. Yeah, it's rough out there, man. It's unfortunate. Like when you do videos, like if you fail at something, like you'll get shit on for failing, and that happens, But a lot of people lost their asses, man. A lot of people did. I mean, I had my truck, and I was doing good-ish with it. And I had just put new tires on it, and that was all the money I had left, right? I had just put new tires on the fucking thing, and through all the repairs, I had ran out of money. And then I was in Seattle when I don't even know what ended up being wrong with the truck, but the what's it called? The clutch brake, right? Because it was a 10-speed. The clutch brake, when you push the clutch all the way in, it hits that brake, You guys are more mechanical than I am. Well, like my truck had like completely just like shredded that fucking thing, right? So I took it to a mechanic. They put a new one in, and within 5 minutes of me driving it, it did the same fucking thing. And I took it back to the mechanic, and they're like, maybe we installed it wrong. We'll put in another one. We'll make sure it wasn't our error. We'll put in another one for you, no charge, and we'll see what it does. They put in another new one, and it just ripped that fucking thing up again within a few minutes. So they were like, we don't know, dude. They said we could look into it and figure it out. And but you're gonna be here a while we figured this out. I was out of money. So I took it to the dealership and I sold it. I was completely out of fucking money. Like, and I just went, I didn't know what to do anymore. Didn't know what to fucking do. So I mean that happens sometimes, man. But there's no shame in fucking trying. At least you tried, right? And maybe you get back to that point and you learn some fucking lessons. Like me, the big lesson I learned, I'm not gonna buy a truck from Aero Truck Sales with not ever having seen it before, because that's what I did. I never even saw the truck, And when I do buy a truck, I'm gonna take it to my mechanic and say, go through this motherfucker for me, and make sure it's good. I bought the truck and never saw it, and I got there and I had the truck, and hey, I learned some lessons. Now the trick is get back to that fucking point, right? Can we get back there? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really know. So we'll see. We'll see. But it happens, man. At least you tried, right? Hopefully you get back. Explain the worst day you ever had and best after best day you ever had. Brian, we'd probably be here for like hours and hours if I started going off on that. Maybe it's a good video idea. I'm not really sure. Had to quit due to crap rates. Yep. Just remember, when it's cold as fuck outside, you have to be outside unloading the tanker. That's actually super useful advice, Big Steel. I hadn't thought about that. I did do water in the oil field in the wintertime in northern Colorado, so I do remember that. Beard all frozen and shit, that was not fun. But yeah, I'd have to buy some gear, wouldn't I? I'd have to buy some cold weather gear for sure. But yeah, I could do that. Yeah, it's a good thing to think about. Cut out for me. You still doing the music industry? Nah, they fired me. They fired me. Had 3 trucks, sold the other 2 to pay for maintenance diesel. Yeah, man. Yep. So what was happening, Kid Trucker? I couldn't push the clutch all the way in when that clutch brake went out. I could only push the clutch like halfway. So if I turn the truck off, you have to push the clutch all the way to the floor to turn the key on to start the truck, and I couldn't. So even getting it started after that went wrong was a whole fucking ordeal to get it started. So I had to get it fixed, because if I turned the truck off, we weren't able to start it again. And I never used the clutch outside of, stopping. Stopping and starting the truck and actually physically turning the truck on. I float gears outside of that. But because you couldn't push the clutch all the way in, you couldn't even start the fucking thing. That blue Cascadia, remember how great of a truck it was? Damn, the one I got, Telly, was a white one. I got a white Cascadia, and I only had that for a few months. It was a really stupid decision. God damn, that was a dumb decision. It was a good fucking truck, Telly. It was a good truck, and there was a lot of things going on in my personal life, and I decided to pay more attention to that, and I sold the truck. In hindsight, I could have handled the things in my personal life while still maintaining that truck. That Cascadia was a good fucking truck, man. And I only had it for 2-3 months before I sold it. So it was dumb. One of the dumbest things I ever did, Telly. One of the dumbest things. Just stupid. Love the channel, Josh. Watch the first channel. Thank you, man. Getting your CDL soon. Good luck with that. JB Hunt taking all the jobs. Yeah, the trucking market's fucking horrible. You can make it back there. Just stay away from Fuel Island. Yeah, I know that. I get my ass kicked on Fuel Island. I got my ass kicked 3 times today on Fuel Island. It was bad. It was bad. I mean, like, I look at these truckers and I'm like, I'm in better shape than these guys, and then they just start kicking my ass, and there's nothing I can do about it, you know. We that's what we do out here. Get our asses kicked. The grinding, have they checked differentials? Or I don't have the truck. Truck sold. Truck's been sold for a long time, as a matter of fact. I had 3 trucks before COVID hit, barely made it through the beginning. Of course, those 2 trucks started taking a shit at the same time. I dropped the authority, went down to 1 truck and leased on. Yeah, I mean, we all got our asses kicked, right? Anybody that is judging an owner-operator right now and saying that they're a failure and they don't know what the fuck they're doing in this current market doesn't understand the market. They don't understand what the fuck is happening to people out there. It's just, I mean, it's sad. It's fucking horrible what has happened to people. Just people getting the shit kicked out of them. And, I mean, that's just how it goes. There's people surviving it. There is. Holland Donkey, thank you so much. This guy, if you guys ever feel like reading a fucking novel, read a Holland Donkey fucking comment, because it's this goddamn long, and I actually read all of it. A lot of times when people write really long comments, I'll kind of skim through it. But Holland Donkey is a really cool guy, actually. He disagrees with a lot of the things I say. He agrees with a lot of things I say, and he always elaborates on why he feels the way that he does. And what I like about this guy, Holland Donkey, what I like about you is I think you understand. I left you a comment saying this, but I don't know if you ever responded. I think you understand from my side of the camera, sometimes it's my job to go off the fucking rails and exaggerate and like get really into what I'm talking about. And a lot of guys take that really fucking seriously, and they'll get offended and be like, I can't believe he just said that thing. But I'm trying to make a video that you guys want to watch. Like, I do get passionate about it, and I do kind of like blow up sometimes. But that's part of my job on this side of the camera. This guy is always so calm in his responses and why he feels this way or that way. Love this guy. Love this guy. I mean, it's a lot of reading though, guys, and truckers aren't really known for reading. But you know, you get the point. You get the point. Sean says, do you ever miss lease purchase? I do, man. I would do it again, but just everything's just so rough right now. The only reason a lease purchase doesn't make sense at the company I'm at right now is the fuel prices. If the fuel prices were like reasonable, like they fucking used to be, then I would be doing a lease purchase here. But by the time you pay the truck payment and all the, the fixed cost, and then you pay for fuel, that fuel just ate up all your fucking profit, man. So that's the only thing that makes it not make sense here. And I would totally be doing it, but the fuel prices are just awful. I would totally do it. I absolutely would. But I can't. I just can't. And this is not a bad company to do it with, because it is a larger company and they've got a ton of contract freight. So it's not like you would ever be short on any kind of work, right? There's plenty of work here. I mean, ask me how I fucking know. I've been here. Like I said, we're getting close to that 3-month mark. And aside from when they skipped my home time and then decided to sit me for the whole weekend, every week has consistently been 3,000 plus miles. So the work is here. And I've confirmed that. I've verified that in the amount of time I've worked here. It's just those fucking fuel prices. But they've got plenty of work. I wish I could make it make sense, because I would call them and say, hey, let's go ahead and do a lease. Let's do it. It's a lease purchase. It's I don't want to say too much, because you run the risk of giving away the company you work for, which you can't fucking do, because people on the internet are shitty and they call companies. I don't fucking know why. So I don't want to say too much, but about how their lease purchase works. But the brand new truck, and you can pick the truck, almost whatever truck you want. You can say, this is the truck I want. and you'll get that truck and brand new. I would do it, but fuel prices are just fucking awful, just awful. Anyways, Josh making fun of his comments. Yeah, I do make fun of the commenters, but you guys are tough enough to take it. You guys are. So that's why I do it. Usually get comments like "Stay in your lane, mind your own business." Better hope I don't see at Fuel Island. I get those too, Jackknife. Like I mean, who cares, right? Who gives a fuck? Like I get told all the time that I'm gonna get my ass kicked on Fuel Island. It's yet to happen. It might happen sometime, but I don't know how long you've been driving, Jackknife, but what do you mean stay in my lane? Like I get told that when I do more like the sort of educational videos, like this rookie trucker needs to stay in his lane. Like, do you guys even know the definition of rookie? I've been doing this shit for 10 years. If I feel like this is good advice, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do it, you know. So I get told that shit all the time too, Jackknife. I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit, man. I just push the little block user button and I go on with my life. I used to care, but I don't fucking care anymore, man. You still have the expediting dream? Not really, Gearhead. It's just such a tough market. It's just bad, just bad. So right now, no. I've been looking at a truck, been thinking about getting my authority again. Would you be comfortable running dedicated reefer loads depending on where you're out of? Would probably be a Mack Anthem. The only Mack Anthem I've ever seen had a very small sleeper. I don't know if that's the case with all of them, but the bed was right up on the fucking back seats. They may have bigger sleepers, but that one I saw, I was like, what the fuck is this? I need some space in here. I am comfortable with a lot of things depending on what it pays, you know. I mean, hey, I'm open to business ideas. You know, if you, Jackknife, or anybody out there is in a position where what I'm hoping for, what would be like ideal, is like there's a guy that's got his own authority and he's got good credit and he wants to go buy a brand new Lone Star, right? And he's going to lease that Lone Star to me. And he's going to get his interest out of it, but he's not going to price gouge me like big companies do, right? And he's going to, you know, put me in that truck and let me make those payments and let me pay that truck off for him. And he gets his interest at the end, take a little risk on me. Then that's what I'm hoping for, a miracle. That's what I'm hoping for, Jackknife, a fucking miracle, you know. Somebody that wants to take that chance on me, but help me. Why would somebody help me, right? Why would somebody that owns a trucking company and owns trucks try to help someone else that eventually could be their competition? I don't know. I would love to do something like that instead of these fucking companies that don't give a shit about us, man. But I mean, anything's up in the air. Anything's open for discussion. Recent retelling of Had to Kick a Trainee off the story. Didn't the original version include a part where you guys had to go through a town and the guy blew through a red light? I don't think there was a red light running in that one. No Clever Name. Looking back on the story, I don't believe that ever happened. But that story was so long ago, it's hard to say. I try to get as much of it as I could in there. Okay, now I got you. Where he claimed he wouldn't have been able to stop. That was actually Shitbrick, the guy in the oil field. You remember the story I told about the trucker in the oil field that shut down like the whole trucking company because he called and told them that all the trucks were traveling through a town on not a truck route? That was the guy that blew through the fucking stoplight. And when he blew through it, I was riding in the passenger seat going, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I couldn't have stopped at that, could I?" I'm like, "Dude, like, yeah, you could have landed a fucking airplane in that space. What are you talking about?" Like, yeah, that was a different guy. Holland Donkey, yeah. Do you think though, Holland Donkey, that we'll get back to like a reasonable market again? I hope, because a lot of us are just had our fucking dreams destroyed. You know, I hope so, man. I don't know. I don't think that a lot of younger people are going to look to trucking. I think some will, but I don't think a lot of younger people are going to look to trucking because of all the travel and being gone and shit, things like that. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it appeals to them. So that could be our like saving grace in the trucking market, is that younger people don't care. But that's only if my theory's true. Um, but I know a lot of people get fired up when I talk about automation and they say it can't be done, it won't ever be done. I strongly disagree. And there's a huge push by people with lots of money to get automation off the ground. So maybe we're fucked from here on out. Maybe this is it, our final fucking gasp, before we're just done. I'm not sure, man. Somebody that never even thinks about hitting a fuel island because I don't do OTR. My truck yard gets fuel deliveries. That's what I need. I need a job where I never have to go to fuel island. I'm tired of getting my ass kicked. Tired of getting my ass kicked on fuel island. It sucks, man. It sucks. It has been forever, Brian. It has. Still going a little crazy, of course. Organized chaos. I'm always going a little crazy. Anyways, eventually after I've talked for about an hour, my throat starts to hurt and gets a little bit swollen, and that's what's happening now. So instead of sitting here and like clearing my throat over and over and annoying the shit out of you guys, I'm going to do what I always do around an hour, and I'm going to call it a day. So I do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. Always a good time. Look for some videos next week, and hopefully we can start doing some weekly live streams every Sunday. That's kind of the plan, but I've had enough of talking for today. Now it's saying it's going to run an ad in a minute. Thanks, YouTube. Could have used that ad revenue a little sooner there, YouTube. Anyways, I'm not going to worry about it. You guys have fun. Thanks for coming to hang out with me. We'll see you next time.